Let's not waste time learning chords that are easy but never used in real songs. Instead, let's learn how to play the chords you need for thousands of popular songs. Most beginners give up trying to learn these because they're taught to run before they can walk. But by the end of this lesson, you'll be playing these chords the easy way, setting yourself up to progress to full versions as your fingers get stronger and more flexible. And that's why most beginners fail, and you won't. So let's do it. The G is played like this. But most beginners can't do that because they don't have the stretch in their fingers or the strength in their ring finger to hold down the string without getting a buzzing sound. So instead of playing all those strings, you can just fret the 3rd fret of the 1st string with your index finger and then don't strum the 5th and 6th string like this. And then when you're ready, you can try using your ring finger to fret the 3rd fret. This sets up perfectly to play the full G chord once your fingers are ready. The A chord is more difficult because it uses 3 fingers, but they're all placed on the same fret and your fingers are placed on strings right next to each other. Here's how you do it. Place your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then you play all the strings except the 6th string like this. Now, you might notice that your index finger naturally moves further away from the fret as you fit your other fingers into the same area. This is normal and nothing to worry about as long as each note rings out clearly. Unfortunately, there isn't an easier version of this one, and it can be tricky. But it doesn't require much stretching of your fingers, so I'm sure you'll be fine after a bit of practice. You need to place your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Next, place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then place your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then strum all strings except the 6th and 5th strings like this. If you're struggling with that, pause the video and keep trying. You will get it. It's just a bit awkward at first. And let me tell you something else. With just those 3 chords we've just looked at, you're already able to play loads of popular songs. But let's not celebrate yet. We've got more to learn. The C chord is played like this. And this is another one most beginners can't play because they can't stretch their fingers that far. But we can make it so much easier by not using our ring finger. So let's just place our index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then we'll strum all strings except the 6th and 5th like this. Sounds great, right? And again, this variation sets you up perfectly for playing the full C chord once your ring finger is ready. This is how you play the F chord. That's called a bar chord, and it's almost impossible for beginners to play. So let's learn the playable way. And you'll notice it's very similar to the C chord we just looked at. Place your index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Then put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Then you only strum the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings like this. The hard part here is pick accuracy. So you might want to check out some of my other lessons if you're having a hard time missing the 1st string. We've got a nice easy one now, the E chord. Here's how you play it. Place your index finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, then place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, then place your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then strum all 6 strings like this. Once you've mastered the chords we've covered so far, you have an impressive chord repertoire for a beginner, and you'll be able to play loads of songs with them. So keep going, even if it feels tough, you're making outstanding progress. E minor, as the name suggests, is very similar to the E chord we just looked at. Place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, then place your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then strum all the strings like this. If you're wondering why we're using our middle and ring fingers to fret this chord instead of our index and middle fingers, it's because that means we can quickly switch to the E chord, which happens quite often. Plus, it makes the next chord easier too. This is an easy chord to learn once you've mastered the E minor chord the way I just showed, because all you need to do is move the E minor chord over from the 5th and 4th string to the 4th and 3rd strings, still on the 2nd fret. The only other thing you need to do from there is place your index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So to recap, your index finger should be on the 1st of the 2nd string, your middle finger should be on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and your ring finger should be on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Then strum all the strings except the 6th string like this. The B chord is played like this. And that's again way too hard for beginners, so let's learn an easier way. Place your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, then place your ring finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and your pinky finger on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, and then strum the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings only like this. I know that's not easy, as it's a wide stretch for your fingers, but it's a lot more achievable than the bar chord. Plus, it's another one that sets you up for playing the full bar chord once your fingers are ready. So it's a great use of your practice time. But if you're really struggling with it, I've got another alternative. You'll hear the B7 chord in a lot of country, blues, and jazz songs, and it can also be used as a replacement for the B chord if you're really struggling to make that stretch. Here's how you play it. Place your index finger on the 1st fret of the 4th string, then place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your pinky finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Then strum all the strings except the 6th string like this. You're using more fingers, but there's less stretch, and it sounds more bluesy too. Now, I know we just looked at a lot of chords and there's a lot to take in. So I've created a printable PDF you can grab below that has the chord graphics for each of the chord we went over in this lesson. Make sure you grab it before you go, as the key to learning is repetition.